There we go! Holy shit. You would not believe how long that took. Okay, are we finally live? Maybe? Possibly. It says I'm live, and yet...
It's hard to manage your workload.
I don't want to see an ad. Shut up. Go away. Are we live? There we go! Holy shit! Okay, we are actually live. Holy shit, this took way too long. Let me know in the comment section in the live chat if you can hear me and everything, and if everything sounds right. Just let me know so that I don't have to check myself. Wow. This was actually kind of a pain in the ass to get started. I mean, I haven't done a live stream in a while, so not since the very ill-fated live stream where we were. The attempt, of course, had been back in November to stream for Extra Life, to do the 24-hour torture me with Fallout 4 live stream. But of course, we managed 11 hours because I was an idiot and I started the live stream at the end of the day, which is never a good decision. So I started at the wrong time, which is a shame. I probably could have made it, but we'll give it another crack at the end of the year. Been chatting. Yeah, and then there's Skybolt. He's just butting in here with his tiny bee, wanting to know about my... So, here we are. Given Skype's comment, I can assume that you can all hear me, which is lovely. Okay, so I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. Something that a lot of you are probably going to find very, very, very boring. Which is that I'm going to be working on a chapter from my book tonight. And I thought it would be really interesting, or at least really fun... No, definitely not fun. Interesting is the right word. To live stream the process and just talk through a little bit of what I do. And if that doesn't sound like the most horrifying thing in the world, then we will... then I will do... Maybe I'll do more of them. Any member of East Corp and anyone in the Discord chat is more than welcome to jump in to try and make this ever so slightly more entertaining. I suppose I'll begin by just sort of... I will not be talking about the new Star Wars The Clone Wars because I have only seen the first episode of the new season. I've only seen the first episode of the new season. I thought it was really good, especially from a production standpoint. The lighting was particularly striking. But that being said, I think there were... I kind of felt like the conflict between the tension between the Bad Batch clones and Rex was a bit too forced in that first episode. As a whole, the Bad Batch clones are all right, but... personally, I'm just not a big fan of the... They were characterized a bit too quickly, and with a bit too much simplicity. But it has only been one episode for me, so we will... I could very well be proved wrong. This is our Lord and Savior, Dave Filoni, that I am speaking about. But then again, you know, he did make Star Wars Rebels, so he's not perfect. But no, my purpose here is not to talk about Star Wars. My purpose here is to put everybody to sleep by trying to write a book. Okay, so... This is a brand new chapter. We are 25 chapters into the story. We are I'm about 90,000 words in. That's how much I've written. I estimate that I've probably got about 60,000 words left to write, which is, of course, a lot. And by the time I got to about the 80,000 word mark, and realized that I was only halfway through after a year of writing this fucking first draft, I almost stopped right then because it was actually kind of terrifying. I do not want to spend the rest of this year working on finishing a first draft. So, Roy Mustang spamming through the chat wanting any updates, my man. Updates on what? There are so many different things I'm working on. You're gonna have to be more specific. Anyone can join. Absolutely anyone. I mean, hell, I know I've got way too much time on my hands at the moment. Much like everyone else, I am also stuck inside. But, I mean, that doesn't mean much to me in terms of changing my lifestyle, but it does mean that there's kind of... there's a lot of corporates that aren't really hiring freelance animators and writers anymore. Which leaves me distinctly unhired. There we go. Roy Mustang asks, Vermont, any updates, my man, about the documentary? To that I say, no. I have absolutely no updates whatsoever. I wish it were otherwise, but things are progressing, but they're progressing slowly. It's a very long story that we've been trying to tell, and we do want to tell it right. We ran into a few production hurdles. Don't worry, the project is not cancelled. It is still coming out. But I'm not comfortable saying when, because I don't want to miss a vague deadline somewhere in the future. I think I've done that a bit too often in the past. Now, oh, I think there's someone in the Discord who's... I can see your thing flashing, but your audio's not coming through. Unless... No, it's not dead, Roy. I told you, it is coming. Now, the Discord is... Yeah, Ryanie, I don't know, I can't hear you. I don't know if anyone in the live stream can hear you, though. It might be a problem with your mic, might be a problem on my end, though. Okay, so, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so a little bit of background on what I'm writing at the moment. So, the book itself is a science fiction fantasy story, set in... The world itself is primarily that sort of medieval fantasy, but less of a medieval Europe and kind of just a hodgepodge of different, pulling from a lot of different cultures and societies across the globe and across human history. I'm definitely trying to put in my own perspective as a South African man in where I can. But so it takes place on this world called the Hearth, and on the Hearth there is a repeating apocalyptic event called the White Fire. It comes in a cycle and has destroyed 3 civilizations so far. There is no sort of evidence as to what causes it to come, and it hasn't happened enough for people to judge frequency of it. So the first time it came, the society managed to progress through to several sort of 20-odd thousand years past the point of basic sentience, and then then the next civilization beyond that managed to reach, the space age before the White Fire came and destroyed them, and the third civilization barely made it past their equivalent of the Stone Age. So we are currently now in the world is currently now set in the Fourth Age, the fourth civilization, and people are starting to think that, hey, maybe we should prepare for this white fire that may come and kill us all. That might be, let's prevent the apocalypse. Their solution to this was to essentially create their own gods, create superpowered deities and beings that they have termed gods, many of who kind of just threw their toys out the cart for reasons that I'm not going to go into because of story spoilers. So instead, all you need to know from that angle is that two of the gods went rogue, started a war, and have spent the last 20 years conquering from region to region to region to region to region, and their army has arrived in this city that I'm going to be writing out over here. The big issue is that from a logistical standpoint, it has been very much established that this army should not be able to be here. Travel through the ocean is primarily inaccessible. Travel by land is also highly unlikely. So there's a kind of a mystery as to how they managed to get where they are. How they managed to move an entire army into this city. But regardless of that, this army has in fact reached to the city and is now laying siege to it, which is the situation that our characters now find themselves in. They are very secure in this city, but the army that is laying siege to them has been employing guerrilla tactics. Before beginning their siege, they snuck enemy agents into the city and have been using public attacks, they've been using bombings, they've been using fear-mongering and scare tactics to try and divide the city, weaken their resolve, remove resources where and when they can, and slowly they've just been fraying the morale of the people with the attempt to force a surrender. However, this looks like it might actually be working as well. So the general who is sort of running the city, he sees that it's working on his people, that their morale is falling, but he is unwilling to surrender the city. But he is also unwilling to march out of his city and to meet this enemy army in open combat. So they are currently waiting within the siege. But because of the logistical problems because this siege should not be happening at all, because this army shouldn't have got here, this army has essentially been able to maintain the siege as a complete secret. They've taken control of roads leading in and out of the city. They've been passing through false messages around the country this takes place in. They've been killing people who get too close, shooting down messenger birds. No one outside of the city in this country is aware that the siege is happening at all, so there is no hope of relief. So, what is this chapter about, and how does that relate to all of this? Two of our characters have arrived in the city, and they are trying to they're trying to put pieces in place for not necessarily an open rebellion, but something of the sort. They're going to the leaders of the various districts within the city and asking them to back them when they decide to throw the general of the city out of control, gather up their army, and take the fight to the besieging army, because in their minds this is now the only way they're going to be able to win this fight. Because of the city's location, it is at the top of a mountain, so it is less capable of growing its own food, creating its own sustaining resources. It gets everything as a result of deliveries made to it from the rest of this world. They will run out of resources eventually, and it seems as though the army laying siege to them does not necessarily have that problem. With that in mind, we are going to be writing this sequence over here, in which one of the characters, Felicia, highlighting her name over there, she is going with her new ally, Acelen, who she met the other night, to the second civilization district of the city. The city is called Hearthhome. They're going to be meeting with someone called Philia Kai. Now, what I believe is... I should probably explain... there's so much bloody world building that sort of piles in later into the story, so I'm just trying to, get as much out there as possible. And then I will re-explain things as we go through the chapter, assuming people don't immediately run the fuck away. Oh, we have Chris in the channel too, but she's also struggling to... I wonder why I can't hear her. So that must be a problem on my side. Yeah, it has to be a problem on my side. Alright. Might be a me problem. Hang on a second. Alright, cool. Let's just try get this fixed real quick. Okay, so I should be able to create another audio input capture. Is that how I do it? I think that might be... because I haven't got you muted. It's definitely not that. Let's go over to voice and video. Let's make sure that the output device is indeed set over here to... I wonder if I try it like that. Will that work? Nope, I can't hear them. Okay. There we go!
Is it working now?
It's working, holy shit!
Potatoes. You wash them, you scroll them, and you stuff them in the shoes.
Do I have to mind my language if I'm on YouTube?
No, God, no.
Okay, I'll just check it.
I mean, come on, this is very much a, this is an R18 channel.
Yeah. I just don't want to upset anybody or you get demonetized.
I mean, I don't know. We've had scenes where a child got shot in the face, and we had another scene where a child got gassed, so... I use that as an example really, really often, but I feel like it's the best example that we've got of... that we really don't have many, really don't give many fucks.
Oh no! He's got the plague!
Nope, I just choked on a piece of popcorn.
Oh, God.
Okay. Thank you for joining me while I humiliate myself. I figure this is going to be the fastest abandoned stream that East Corp has ever done.
How so?
I don't know. it very well might be possible that watching me write a chapter of a book, 25 chapters in, might be boring to an audience, which is the whole purpose of this exercise, is to see if they do find it boring.
Well, I've been having trouble sleeping recently, so it might help.
I'll just put you to sleep.
I often listen to the e-stop stuff in the background when I'm trying to sleep anyway.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Listens and listens. Doesn't matter what it is on the other end, I suppose. Once you're consuming our product. Oh, Speeding Cheetah says there's a super bad echo.
Yeah, it is. It's on your side when we talk.
Shit.
Oh, what was mine echoing again? Shouldn't be, I'm on a headset.
Super bad echo, okay.
Well, most of the time I listen to the East Corp stuff is when I'm playing Fallout games anyway. So. To get fully immersed.
Okay, how do I fix that?
I think if it maybe help
let's...
push to talk, or you get a headset or Firo.
Oh, I think I figured it. I think I know what the problem is. I think it might actually be an OBS thing. Okay,
Oh.
Okay, what about now? How is it sounding now?
Still some echo.
Okay. What about now? Has it stopped?
Oh, no.
Pardon?
No, you can hear it when you talk too.
Okay, so it's a me thing.
After sounds after we talk.
Okay, how about now? How's it sounding at the moment? Da-da-ba-da-ba. Gone. Alright, cool. Fuck!
I'll just stay quiet.
It doesn't like me either.
Oh.
Echo.
Echo!
Anyone trying to sleep, they're gonna have nightmares. I'm in your form. Come to me.
Okay, so better-ish, apparently. Is it... The question, I suppose, is it the sort of better-ish that will keep people staying, or is it the sort of better-ish where the 4 people watching this will fuck off? And just abandon the whole thing.
Well, I'm one of the 4 watching, because I was seeing what you were typing at the same time, so I've just muted it on my end, so...
Oh, we've got 5 concurrent viewers now. Woo! Oh, no, never mind, it's back down to 4.
I'll share the stream on my channel and see if we get anyone to come in.
Now they are just more
What's the goal
quiet.
of this? Is it to get people to leave, or is it to get people to stay as long as possible?
I would like to
bore
get
them to death.
I would like to get people to stay as long as possible, but I will feel absolutely no negative feelings toward the people who do leave, and I very much I would not be surprised if this experiment not only failed terribly, but if I eventually just stopped writing, turned Final Fantasy XIV back on, and continued playing that instead.
Send us money so we can get a better setup.
Okay, so let's try...
God, I can hear my voice. Ugh.
Okay, let's try that. How's that sounding?
You have to talk to, or else we can't hear you.
Right, yeah, I suppose I should be speaking as well.
Hey, it's working now.
It's more amusing than anything.
I don't hear my terrible voice anymore. Because to me, my voice is really deep. But to everyone else, it's all high-pitched and I haven't gone through puberty yet.
I don't know, you sound like 15-ish?
I'm 35.
35?
Well, 35 in October.
Hey, Turber! Spooky, scary skeleton.
Okay, the mic is picking up your speakers. Mic is picking
16
up.
days before Halloween.
Oh! Of course! Speeding Cheetah coming in here, bringing in the actual root cause of the problem is that it's my microphone is picking up the sound of you all speaking. As opposed to you just coming in. Okay, so let me drop that one down completely. Okay, everyone start speaking. Let's see what it sounds like.
Oh, hey, we're going to head to la we
Welcome to the random stream.
This is Random Stuffies. Welcome back. Let's discussing something.
This week it's funny noises.
Yeah. What's your favorite funny noise? Let us know in the comments.
Alrighty then. Tolerable now, but they are very far away sounding. I guess you needed. Yeah, basically.
Can I give a shout out to someone?
Go for it. Go for it.
Props.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Props is great.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so awesome.
I think
Happy birthday to the person I don't know.
it comes to mind that perhaps I should very well just abandon writing my book, The Stream. It would be...
Making funny noises.
This has been the least productive I've ever been while writing. I have written nothing. I've not written a single word.
That often happens when I'm around. I start talking and making funny noises and it's too distracting to do anything.
Well, I suddenly have this. Oh my gosh. Oh, James should have been. Props was one of. We were recording one of the chapters for the audiobook of Fallout Equestria Dead Tree.
Yep.
And there was a part of the chapter where I got like sad and stuff because, me.
Yep.
So basically, Props just like, okay, Chris, we're gonna take a break. You're just gonna open a new recording and start recording. Don't think about it. Don't have to do anything. Just let it go. And look what I'm sending you.
You keep happy.
Yes. He started spamming me with cute kittens, cute puppies, cute baby animals, anything. And I started like. So, if there ever comes out a video with cinnamon roll sounds, I am afraid that's going to be.
You said the other day you wanted someone to do animal sounds. So the last couple of days I've been walking around my house making funny noises. My neighbours, he's just being normal. So I live above them. They go, what's he doing now? Growling in the back. It's good. There's good acoustics in my bathroom. The ceiling's about 8 foot high. This building's 400 years old, so all the ceilings are really tall. So. Only side effect, it's freezing in winter. It's -3 in my bathroom this morning. I'm used to it now, but still, every now and again you walk in there and go, ooh.
Yeah, this is why I'm always surrounded by a lot of like blankets, pillows, plushies, and my 2 kittens. That's basically my heater, which I'm currently right now.
I sleep in a sleeping bag on my bed because the duvet cover is non-existent. It's pretty old.
So yeah, James, you know that thing you wrote at one of the streams that every time the bottles landed on Flittercrisp, basically just a new animal appeared?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That's basically kind of how I look now, but mostly plushies instead.
Okay, so I think it is fair to immediately. Okay, so the sound is good. So I think it is fair to say this has been an absolute failure, and I am not going to be. I'm not going to be writing anything today. And instead, so I'm just going to change the stream name really quick. There we go.
No, I'm curious. See. Please let it be like a funny name.
Nope.
Vermont talks to a random Brit in the woods and a robotic Chris. I'm not joking, I do live in the woods, so... Oh, it's 4 acres of woodland. It's like a patch of woods.
Okay. This is a responsible thing to do, right? Wait, am I still picking up your audio?
God,
Oh, okay, cool. I am still
I can
picking.
hear you, but it's coming in and out, so...
Really?
Yeah, every now and then you sound like a robot.
Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Might
Chris
be-
was having that problem as well. I don't know how I sound when I'm coming out, because my internet's pretty bad.
Mm.
I'm about 2 mile walk from the nearest town, so our internet is not the best.
Roy Mustang wants to know if he spied a lewd folder on my desktop. I don't know. What did you spy a lewd folder on my desktop? I'm a little curious now.
But what now?
Okay, well now it's just like not. God, I can't do anything right
I
tonight.
can't even say the word.
No, Roy Mustang wanted to know if he could see a lewd folder on my desktop, and I'm curious now to see if he can bloody find to see what he thought I was looking at. Nope. Nope, there is no lewd folder on my desktop that I was not aware of. Alright, back to it.
Hide it, or they see it. Nothing here to see.
No, not at all. Not at all, good sir.
Is it bad that I kind of imagine you with Mr. Bean's face when you say that?
I can't do. I used to be able to do his voice years ago. I watched him as a.
Yeah, I watched him a lot too. They're always put Mr. Bean on.
Yeah, Rowan
Yeah,
Atkinson's
TV.
really good.
Mm.
He also did Blackadder and a few other things, and Johnny English.
I never really. I think I saw maybe one of those, but
What? Blackadder or Johnny English?
Johnny English. I
Yeah.
only remember the ending where he accidentally shoots out the lady from his car.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that in years.
No, it's been so long since I've watched Johnny English.
It's occasionally on at Christmas time, so
Mm.
well, I don't watch TV. I can't get TV signal here. I'm in the dark age. Where
Yes, yeah, I don't
Sounds
watch.
like you're living at my place. That
I'm used to it after 13 years of living here.
I can't wait to get better internet, then I can actually talk to people.
Well, it was fine the other day when we were talking on chat.
What the?
Yeah, his voice
Well, that
just.
was a bit of a
Oh, there we
delay.
go. Now he's back.
Vermont gives up writing and switching to just play Final Fantasy 14.
I'm the most responsible writer in the world, don't you know?
Yes, if you're doing research, of course.
This is exactly.
Maybe
This is
we
just.
shouldn't have come in. He might get some work done.
I really miss playing Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
I like the way you said that.
Final
Nice.
Fantasy.
I do love the way you speak.
Oh, you can look forward to the bloopers. Oh my.
Oh, I heard, what's the name's bloopers? Needles, and she says it's not funny, it's hard. Yeah, but it's still funny.
Right. Okay.
I really really like the.
Okay.
Oh, you got an animal. What you got?
Popo!
Oh,
Puppy. Oh, puppy.
that is the Nana Bear. I will zoom in on.
Yes,
Bear.
Okay, just gotta
It's a
wait for the
puppy
live.
bear.
Just gotta wait for the live stream to catch up with what I'm actually doing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Is that 5 seconds delay or something?
But I gotta say, my dearest here at home, he is like old-time hardcore Final Fantasy fan. So.
Oh, he won't
one of
like
the
me
first-
then. I've never played it. Any of
He
the
doesn't
games.
dislike. He doesn't dislike people. Oh, so cute. Sorry. He doesn't dislike people if they don't like it. It's just he really likes it.
No, I don't dislike it, I've just never
I know.
played them.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize
that's
this had
okay.
become a party line.
Oh, the boss is here.
Uh-oh, run!
I like the title of this video is "Give Up on Riding and Switched Over to Final Fantasy 14."
And show us the cute puppy bear. Skybolt, have you seen the adorable puppy bear? It's so cute.
Oh yeah, that is cute.
I think it's more of a,
No,
of a little
I
bear.
have to be on my best behaviour now. Skybolt's in here.
You weren't on your best baby?
Well, I am behaving myself. I'm trying to. I've got a filter on at the moment, and I thought would come anyway. No, skip that one. No, you can't say that one. We're on YouTube. Keep that joke to yourself.
Yeah, you can't use the C word on YouTube. Corona.
Oh yeah, you get demonetized for that. How
Yeah.
dare you talk about current events?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we.
Oh, it's set up like a plushie!
Oh God, that was it.
Oh my god.
So much of our content gets
Your voice would
demonetized.
break glass.
Oh, then you're happy I'm not using my full volume.
I've got mine turned down just in case.
Yeah, do that. I think that's smart. Boy.
I've only got you on one ear because the earphones are sound cancelling ones. If I have both earphones on, I end up yelling because I can't hear myself.
I really shouldn't have introduced Chris to a game with with an adorable bear. An adorable bear plushie. I mean, even its name is cute. The Nana Bear.
Yeah, you know, actually, the Nana actually means nameless in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
To us, it means grandmother.
No, that's not in Japanese as far as I know, but they sometimes say Nana from the English version.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just like
I
pudding.
don't think Monty Reina's is Japanese, but you know.
Well, Nana with 2 N's is also 7, if I remember correctly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, when you plan the wedding honeymoon stuff to be in Japan, it's good to at least know something. But I still need to
Well
learn better.
then.
Well, you're spending a lot of money if you're doing it in Japan, so yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but we both are anime and manga, and we really love the food, and yeah.
Oh, same here.
So
It's a
it's
weeb
like-
destination wedding.
Everyone's
Well,
dressed up as Naruto.
well, the wedding is gonna be in Norway, but
Ooh,
The-
I'd love to go to Norway. I've got family there. Well,
Oh yeah.
distant family married into our families. That can't speak. Brains melted.
Yes. You have the plague. We must burn you.
No, I've got my filter going, so unfortunately, as that's going, my brain can't process speech at the same time, so my speech impediment comes out, and I just, instead of annoying me, I try and make it funny for other people. So I go, I shut down for a minute. Let me reboot.
Yeah.
Best way of coping with it instead of getting annoyed.
Yeah, I have a real life one when I have a disconnect, as my friends say. Because my internet is so bad that I have a disconnect all the time, but since it's only me, people call it a disconnect.
Oh.
Yes, sad. Me.
So are you guys also all? I don't know about Vermont. I know Africa is the least self-containy right now.
Oh no, we're super self-contained. Like, At the beginning of the week, the president declared a national state of disaster, closed all the schools, banned meetings of people above of 100 and above, cancelled all official celebrations of national holidays for the next 2 months.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Like-
yeah, you're in the same boat as all of us.
Like we went fucking hard, which I think was the right thing to do, but it is, of course, like, seeing it was scary. Like, even in the back of your, it's kind of like when the World Health Organization declared it a pandemic, and you're like, that's scary. It's a good thing that you're doing that, but it's still scary to hear.
Yeah, from an American perspective, it seems like the turning point for the general public was when March Madness was canceled. It's one of those things until it affects their day-to-day lives of the normies.
Right.
That's when they know.
Yeah, that's when you say hashtag priorities.
I'd argue the same thing with Eurovision too last week. So.
That's 9 years.
Is that the song competition or is it something
Yeah.
else?
It
Okay.
is.
This should tell you guys how much I watch TV.
Yeah, I watch TV since, well, I watch it in my mum's house because I ain't got a choice. She'd be watching the soap operas and she'd be on her phone. Are you watching this, Mum? Swipe, swipe, swipe. You watching it? We turn it over. I was watching that, liar.
Soap opera still exist?
What does?
I don't know. Ooh, machine. You don't have a chocobo?
I do have a
Excuse
chocobo.
you?
I do have a
Then use
chocobo.
the chocobo. Hello.
But I've got a
Hello,
giant
it's-
robot whose name is Maggie because that's a pun on Magitech. A terrible pun,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Very cute, but nobody beats Charlie the Choppy Chocobo.
Okay, cool. Hang on.
Charlie the Choppy
Funny one.
Chocobo is the best thing ever since
My
Final
chocobo's
Fantasy ever.
name is Adoraburb.
Adorable.
So that's just
Cute, but you know the chubby one, the one you have to have like a watermelon or the strawberry cake.
oh yes, yes, they're so
Yeah.
cute.
That's Charlie the Chocobo. And my boyfriend actually said that he for real wants to have like a custom made chubby chocobo on top of the wedding cake with like 2 figures of us on top of the chubby
Nice.
chocobo.
Aww.
And I'm just like, yes! It's gonna be so awesome. So basically, he has free range of the cake. Like, he can do whatever he wants. I'm just chubby chocobo, like, yep, you can do whatever. Ooh, cool. Got off.
That Adoraburb.
Yeah, that's adorable. That's a good adorable.
Oh, I got some feedback on my singing yesterday. I put
Ooh.
one
Tell
of
us about it.
Skybolt's playlists I made, and I was singing it while I was playing 76. My neighbour says, "Was it you strangling the cat upstairs?"
No!
And he says, "Yeah, it might have been me. I of course, with the earphones on, I can't tell what I'm doing, but I don't care. I was happy."
Yeah,
So,
that's the important part.
What you're saying is
If
you
it's
will,
any
so you will not be applying, or you will not be auditioning for Skyvolt's next symphonic metal opera, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because it'll get demonetized and YouTube will have it banned. You can't have cruelty to animals on your songs.
Oh.
Awesome.
No, I take the mickey out of myself all the time because I know I can't sing and that, but I don't let it get me down. It's like if I'm happy and I'm not disturbing too many people.
All that matters is you're having fun. That's how.
Yeah, I was. I was having a blast just running around killing ghouls while singing to was it Sins of the Past?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I remember when I first heard that, it gave me chills and went, I must like this. I have chills.
Oh god, that's almost 7 years old now.
Right?
I've only just found the one you did for 76. I was like, oh, he did do that one. Yes.
I
I've
was
had,
really proud of that.
Well, I first heard it in Terminal Secrets. I went, oh, I hope I can hear the whole thing, and then I found it. But the best one I found randomly is the one you did of the Gorillas one. The one with Discord in it. Oh, I love that. And there was someone in the comments says, please not do this again. I went, what's wrong with you? This is good.
Yeah, the greater Gorillas community were not fans.
I love Gorillas.
I
I
saw
think
them in the comments a few years ago.
I think that was like the very that was the first and only PMV I did was to your cover of the Gorillas.
Yeah, at least on my channel, it's still my highest viewed song. So.
Oh, it's not my favourite thing. I have a daily routine of listening to certain songs, and that's one of them.
Oh.
I've actually listened to it every day. It's like,
Oh,
it's the thing having Asperger's. We have routines every day, so just stick my favourite playlist on and get on with my day.
No, I'm glad people can enjoy it. That's all I can.
My little brother liked it. He likes Gorillas, and I stuck it on Facebook and said, "Hey, listen to this. Ooh, I like that. Who made that? A pony on YouTube? What's a pony?"
Oh, that's a story.
hello, Jason.
Oh,
Yes, I do actually remember you from that meetup. Jason in the comments section pointing out that I was once cited at a meeting in Equestria because South Africa does actually have a place called Equestria.
Oh.
Cool. I want to go there.
Going over to what Sky was saying about sort of Sins of the Past being like 7 years ago, I recently have had reason to go through a lot of our old work, and it is very striking to see just how much better we got. Like, there was a lot of really good stuff in the early years, but then, like, you hear sort of an improvement. Like, I had a friend who'd never listened to any of the music work he'd done, that we'd done. And so, like, we listened to the Balefire Symphony stuff all the way from, like, the beginning chronologically through to the end, especially the Fallout Day stuff, and he was like, holy shit. Like, it was good, and then it just got, like, really good, then really good, then really good, then got just fucking excellent. Which was...
No, it really is, especially with James Kelly, how he's his orchestrations just keep getting bigger and more complex.
Like, listening to Verismo is still kind of insane.
It's so useful. We've used that so many different places.
Right?
I think Skybolt's covers the Sound of Silence is really good, because I love the one Disturbed made. They made a brilliant cover of it, and then I heard Skybolt's went, he did really well on it.
Yeah, that's what inspired me, was I just did it off of their cover, and luckily with that one, K-Cat himself promoted it on their blog. So
Todd Self.
Yeah.
Nice.
Todd Self.
Somebody has to know this too.
Oh yeah, no, I was very blessed.
I remember when I first discovered Fallout Equestria, because I've tried to watch the show and I couldn't really get into it. Then I listened to Fallout Equestria and really liked it. And I remember I was in the car with my dad telling him about it. He goes, "Oh, you're a brony now." I went, "Where did you learn that?"
Good lord, I'm getting so lost.
My dad's he's not that old, but it's still funny to hear that come out your father's mouth. Whoa. Not quite, Dad. I love the fanfic, but this show's not for me. But same time, I'm not going to be horrible to people that like it. I'm not going, "Oh, why do you watch that?" I give it a chance. Some episodes I get on with because I love dragons and griffins and lots of mythology, so I get on with it. And then some other episodes, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll bow out now. Again, I can see why you lot like it. It's very, what's the word? Some of them are heartwarming, good lessons and stuff. But Fallout Equestria really did open up my eyes. I first got Fallout 4, then I found Fallout Equestria, went, oh, it's Fallout with ponies. They're shooting guns, they're swearing, they're killing each other. Hey! So, and then I discovered East Corp, and here I am a year later.
Yay!
I'm getting so
Uh,
lost.
We always like the origin stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wasn't as kind as you, and I very much was of part of the camp that was going. Oh my god, this is really stupid. Why the fuck are you watching this? And then, being kind of an asshole to everyone who watched it.
Yeah, I try to be tactful when I can. So.
How the fuck am I supposed to get in there? I'm so
No,
lost.
Chris is gone.
Uh,
But I think my favourite Confessions of a Wasteland Pony is the one with Cinder. And when I heard his voice, I went, oh, I like it. I like his voice.
her voice.
I know, yeah, the character is so well done. She did a great job.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job. It's actually, Cinder is kind of like one of our really good finds that we just like really lucked out on.
Hearing that dragon voice, I just loved it as soon as I heard. What is it? New Orleans, is it New Orleans voice?
Yeah, that was the inspiration. It was.
Yeah, I loved it. It was all.
I was at least as the character was settling in, I was thinking of that one Fett family, like not Fett, the Hutts for Star Wars in the original Clone Wars movie, the one that got theatrical release. They had that one very flamboyant Hutt character that they're up against, and that's half the reason that Diamondback is purple.
Yeah, it was thanks to his that episode of that when I become a patron. I went, I must support this more. I must hear more of his voice. So.
We've lucked out with a lot of great people, including Chris, who showed just kind of tenacity she could do in a 5-hour production.
Oh yeah, I loved it. And then I didn't realise I was talking to the person what was in that while I was watching it. I was like, oh, I was just talking on the Discord server, and she goes, by the way, that's me. I went, oh, I love hearing that. I listen to you now. I get starstruck. I like to be respectful to people, but even now, I'm keeping my voice calm, but I'm sitting there going, I'm talking to Skybot, I'm talking to Chris, I'm talking to James, and his brain is melting.
It's because she's not in anger mode that you don't recognize it. She's got to get all feisty.
Oh,
Right.
That was a challenge, I gotta say. It was quite a challenge.
Getting angry.
I just love that dynamic. It was like,
Well, as at least Skybolt know me, as far as I know, well enough now to know that Carmina is not exactly how I am in real life.
No. In fact, my comparison would be, so for those fans of the Attack on Titan series, which Carmine and Sandstone are partially inspired by, the actress for Mikasa from the show, Mikasa's obviously a very determined, very, contained emotions character. And then when you listen to the audio, commentary, you have the actors like, oh, this is so fun, and I got to meet Aaron, and it was so great. I think of that dynamic.
I always love seeing those shifts in dynamic. It was one of the... So I recently re-looked at... going through old videos, I refound behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
And one of the it's a shame because when we rewatched the one that you recorded where you were just ranting in character, and I forgot that there was some really good writing in there, like the they'll like it whether they like it or not.
I know. I love that.
Best piece of casting I've done, I think. But it's a shame that we were never able to do it, and we never will. The primary joke that we sort of kept going back to in the writers' room was that distinction between what an actor or an actress is like in real life and who their character is. So making Velvet Remedy's actress be a child star, or having Little Pip's actress be A, the tallest pony on set, and B, Russian. Which also...
Why Russian?
There was, so back in the Stable Tech Studios writing team, what we used to, when we did our weekly meetings, to read through the scripts. Part of the process was we would, as a group, do a read through of the script that had been submitted, and we'd do 2 or 3 scripts in a night, and this would usually go on for about 6 hours. I think our record was like 8. But no one would ever really take, like, our performances would never be serious. So we had one dude, Heathen, who would just do a Russian accent for Little Pip every single time, which gave us Soviet Pip.
It was pretty great.
Mohan used to read Velvet Remedy with the Stitch with the Stitch voice from Lilo and Stitch, and had his own headcanon that Velvet Remedy actually really liked eating birds. And the reason that Velvet Remedy was keeping... Well, the reason that Velvet Remedy is keeping this Balefire Phoenix around throughout the whole book and not letting anyone kill the bird is so that she can fatten it up and eat it.
You know, that actually brings an interesting bit of writing. If you eat a phoenix, like, will it resurrect later on? Like,
Resurrect
inside
inside your tummy? That would be horrible.
No, I mean afterwards.
Oh no! Where am I? I'm in a
Is
horrible
that
place.
hacks for the circle of life?
I don't think they want to be resurrected once they've been eaten.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Well, that's some proper bagel, isn't it? Oh no, you've traumatized
Put
me.
that right away. And back.
You don't want... God, people...
That's how Velvet Remedy stays off cannibalism. She has her emergency recyclable bird. Now we need to do a Bear Grylls style commercial with that concept.
Now see,
Oh, yeah.
it is a shame.
Everybody's ready to eat burgers.
Hey, Skyball, it is a shame that Paladin Sandstone didn't have a recyclable bird.
Oh.
Uh,
And now he's going to pony hell.
I feel
yeah,
like
join the rest of us and stay warm.
I feel like half the characters on Confessions are going to Pony Hell. That's like part of the major premise of the show is that a lot of them did really shitty things.
Well, Blade redeemed herself.
The great thing would be Diamondback, because it's like he goes to the great Lauren Faust in the sky, and he's like, no, you don't understand. I'm half dragon. You gotta send me to dragon.
Well,
He's
see,
like, there is no dragon hell.
Like,
It's dragon, like, Buddhist purgatory.
I always kind of figured
What?
that the
No,
Diamondback
Aquos.
would get
Black.
to heaven and be like, no, I want to go to the fun place.
Yeah, because there's no echo up here.
I'm concerned.
Anyway, that was the fun part of the whole cannibalism subplot, though, is that most religions actually have a very morally gray perspective on cannibalism. It's fascinating.
As long as you don't hurt anyone you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and don't eat the brains.
Yeah.
Also, cooking it, because that was a comment on the cannibalism episode, I just want to point out, cooking it doesn't matter. That's the whole point of prions, is it's not about cooking it, it's about the shape of the protein. So, even if you did, grill your brain steak well done, it doesn't matter, you're still going to get kuro.
Yeah.
Kuru.
Cool.
Like those poor New Guineans did.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Do we have Kelly?
Do we have Kelly?
You have Kelly. Hello.
Whoa!
Jeez.
Now it's a party.
Quick, get Oakheart! British Invasion!
Get what?
We need to get Oakheart for the British Invasion podcast.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if she's on.
I didn't know she wasn't in our confessions group. It makes me so mad now how many live streams she probably could have made.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I've got to admit, those Discord groups are annoying because, like, as soon as you click the X, and I thought you just hide them, it quits you and like makes you leave the group.
Oh
And,
god!
like have to be getting re-added all the time because I'm like, oh, I'll just tidy up the chats. And it just disappears, and I'm like, fuck's sake. So yeah, it's a nightmare. But anyway, I'm in, and I'm not clicking the X button ever again.
I think she's under the weather at the moment, so...
Mm.
I think so. Yeah.
I love how
saw
much.
an update video on a YouTube channel about it. She says, "Don't worry, I ain't got the virus. I've just got a cold, but my mum won't let me go near her."
God, I love how
Send us
much
some more coffee, or however you pronounce that
writing I
donation.
managed to get done in this podcast. I'm being
Well,
so
the first few minutes was
productive.
us making funny noises, checking the audio settings were working.
I mean, I spent a solid, 5 minutes just, I very seriously was talking about all the world building that I was gonna do, all the world building that I had done so that the audience could follow what I was trying to write, and then that just evolved into this.
And then we come in and spoil it.
Ideally, what I should actually do is not do any of these until I go around again for draft 2, and I can get back on chapter 1. The problem is, if it wasn't for the fact that everything else, because I can't, it would be a lot more sensible for me to write an East Corp thing on an East Corp stream, but then, spoilers, so that's not fucking happening.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Go write a script for an episode of Terminal Secrets that will never be released. This is just a fake episode.
Oh, that's me.
That's,
Only for patrons.
that's 1st of April stream. That's 1st
Oh,
of April
yeah,
stream.
that'd be a good one.
That would be a good idea for us to do on 1st of April, but I already have our 1st of April video prepared, like I do every year.
Nice.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever made. If we go back to the original 1st of April stream, 1st of April
I'm
video
gonna have a look
was
at it.
Derpy going feral, and we had Traps Part 1 and Part 2.
I did see that one.
Yep. Year 2, which was last year, April 1st, was the Wasteland Survival Guide, quote-unquote, animated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well. So.
And
I think I actually went through the whole catalogue eventually. So.
And I've got something equally
that's
dumb
really
for this year.
Well,
Oh
you
my
could
gosh.
prank your patrons by turning down the highest pledge thing for the date of whoever the date is going on a date with somebody. Did you change it, or is it still on?
It's still there. It's still
I
there.
don't know.
I don't think that one is legal since she's in a relationship now.
Nah.
Well, the lucky fan got it. So that's what she calls her boyfriend. The lucky fan.
It's it's Needle and Oakhart, I think.
Needle,
should-
yeah.
I thought it only was Neagle. Neagle?
No, it was,
Needle.
I think
Here you go.
it was Needle and
Needle and
Oakhart.
Smeagol mixed together.
I think I'll add Kayla onto the list as well. I know she's in a relationship, and I should probably
I
tell
think
her
Needle just want
beforehand.
the money. Says, I don't want the date. Give me the money.
We've done this before, and it did not work out. We did not get our $2,000.
I would try it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, on the patron award, it actually says they are not.
She might show up.
They might not
Might
show
not
up.
but thanks for the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might not actually give you the money, and we will keep the money. We won't give you the date, and we will keep the money. You're kind of just rolling the dice here.
It's really too
Remember that?
bad. It was a good deal, but no one picked up on it.
How about that? Or she turns up as battered blade, knocks you out,
Mm.
robs you, then runs off.
Oh, that'd be a premium. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, somebody like that actually. Oh yeah, stop bombing. Yeah.
Well, what?
We got Roy
Yeah, there's
Mustang in the
people out
comments
there
section.
that like to be beaten up.
Huh?
We've got
Oh,
Diamond bag.
an innocent mind.
we have Roy Mustang in the comments section asking, has East Corp thought about doing comics?
Well, we need artists, don't we?
Yeah, art is very, very expensive, and it's very time consuming. Like,
I would fund that.
we were so lucky when Mohan agreed to do the character art for Terminal Secrets 6 for free.
Ooh.
Because
I
at the
just like
time,
the idea of us doing the complete opposite of our format. We're a radio play studio, and it's like, no, do comics that have no voice.
right,
Ouch.
you could probably do like a motion comic dubbed thing, but it wouldn't work for It's very expensive. Bad art comics, he says. Well, yes, we can do bad art comics, but I don't think you want us to. Have you seen
Because
my
then they're
drawing?
going to be mine in my art style.
No. You do like a really simple. You do like the survival book art style, and you just have the very good voice acting on top of it.
Maybe that could be a bonus with the final Wasteland Survival Guide. Is Derpy draws some kind of comic page in the back.
Yo, that would be so cute. Like the happy ending photo is her drawing like the end scene, like.
Oh.
That would be cute.
I know a few artists, so I could ask around for you.
Go for it. I mean, we've got artists on staff like Krelak, but
Okay.
like the thing is, and Krelak usually does quite a lot of work for us pro bono, but asking for all the artists who worked on behind the scenes were all volunteers, but asking them now to dedicate their time for free or for such little money to a full comic would be.
Well, if they give us a price, I'll be willing to fund it.
Oh no, I got a bad idea.
20,000 bajillion euros.
No. You change the highest hire to the comic lord or comic lady, and that person is basically funding the comic with $2,000.
Oof.
Okay, I'll do that now. Where's
I
paper?
was kidding.
I got some savings. I got some inheritance last year when my granddad passed away.
Sweetie, you save that until you need it. Like, it's
I-
wonderful, but you need food. No.
I got food. I got a PC that runs all my games
There's
on
no
Ultra.
food
I'm
available
good.
to buy. All the stores are closed.
Well, I went out at 6 o'clock this morning. I managed to get some food. And I saw
Well, you're not helping.
We're all playing the game. Don't starve together.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I live on a farm.
And I got loads of MREs because I got friends in the military, so I'm sitting there
there you
cooking on my fire. So.
Yeah, but still, you guys gotta remember, 2,000 for you guys is over 20,000 for me.
Yeah, it could be worse. Because in South Africa, 2,000 for you is 30,000 for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
if
think the Corona is retaining more of its value probably than.
Maybe a little bit, because before it was like if I gave 100 to somebody in euros, I was paying 985 or something. Now, if I give 100 euros or dollars to someone, I pay 1,000 and around 200.
So the euro's
it's
actually gone
dropped.
up.
No,
Yeah,
the Norwegian kroners has gone down.
Oh yeah, the crowns has gone down.
I just looked up. If I give you $2,000, it's $1,700 of mine.
Huh.
I just remember the one time I went to Canada was when our money was like literally equivalent, so I was able to 1-1 exchange everything, which was really convenient.
Australia's like double of ours. I gave some money the other day, and it's 100 of theirs is 50 of ours. But with PayPal, you got to pay £6 for whatever reason. So, but even then, it helped my friend out, so I didn't mind. He had no food money, and I went, "You're a good friend of mine, 10 years." He goes, "How can I pay you back?" Birthday present.
I remember when we were getting confessions art from Sancho, who's Polish, so we were paying him in Missy Picklick, or however you pronounce Polish money, and that value changed literally between art pieces. So I was like, whatever, give him whatever the promised amount was in current equivalent American. So, yeah, so that was kind of weird.
And one of our artists, who's currently working on a piece for us at the moment, when she moved from South Africa to South Korea, and then her prices had to go up for art as a result of the currency discrepancy.
Yeah, Korea's expensive. I mean, then again, Norway's expensive too, but you guys all have that sweet, sweet oil offshore.
Yeah, and we, you know, Vikings, but we still have like safety nets and like trillion, bedillion safety net bank account somewhere in the Norway where I don't know where is, which is basically
That's up in Svalbard next to the seed vault. You got your Kronestad.
Like saved for a rainy day like this when the current events are happening and everybody is being getting like you have to take a break from work or you lose your job or stuff like that, then people are like, okay, you can get support here, please contact blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, oh yes.
I always set money aside to help others. I've set over 2,000 aside just in case friends and family get in trouble.
Yeah, I usually do the same.
So I'm alright till my own. So when I tell people, I don't mind just giving you the money because I don't like lending it because it stresses them out. It says it's a gift. If you pay me back, fair enough. But otherwise, don't worry about it.
The thing about that is that it creates like bad energy between the people and associations with each other. So that's why it becomes bad.
Right. Well, what I'm doing with a friend of mine. He plays Fallout 76. If he finds me a rare weapon, what I found on eBay for the money I've lent him, we'll call it even. And that's how I work.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, instead of them having you to pay you back in money, they can help you if you need help in something another time. And that's
how I've always done it. It makes it easier. But often I try and get them to feel okay with it. We'll say, well, early Christmas and birthday present. Job done.
Yeah, or
like, often that works.
Here, Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas. Christmas. Oh, give me just for Santa Claus.
I said it normally. Don't.
Don't mess with her nose.
Stop.
I love her. I just love the way you did the Red Reaper. I like the way you said the words. I was like, oh, I love the way she said that. I can't remember what word it was. Well, that thing is really long, but I'm listening to the whole thing in one go, and I went, that was interesting the way she said that. I was like, with your accent and the way you pronounce English words, I thought it really brought the character to life.
Thank you.
Yeah, on a series built on funny accents, we really finished on a strong note.
I love how with every new Confessions episode, there's at least someone in the comments section who's like, okay, cool, I know the last video proved it, but this video really proves Skybolt's fetish's accents.
Or does he like British ones as well?
Have you had an English? Yes, Oakheart. Duh.
Yeah, an Oakheart.
I'll be honest, I would have found Oakheart originally that was supposed to be an Australian character, but
I remember her saying
wash out.
Because you've had in order Boston, German, high English, fancy pants English,
done by an American,
and then right, and then very northern English.
North.
Well, I'm from Nottingham myself, so I'm from Midlands.
Wait, what the hell?
Terrible, you're either south or north. Pick a side.
I live in Gloucestershire nowadays, so I've got the war voice now. It's John Pite. That's what they sound like round here. It's like, that's where the pirate accent comes from. It was an actor and something that now I'm associated with it. Did make me laugh for the first year I was living down here when everyone sounds like pirates around here. When I go back to see my family, it goes, we can hear your southern accent. And when everyone can see my northern accent when I come back. So my neighbour goes, bloody hell, how you doing? I'm like, I'm not that bad. And I did live in Birmingham for a year and a half, so I picked up theirs. I'm from Dudley. I thought you were in the cut, and I wondered what the cut was for ages, and it turns out it's the slang word for canal. I thought you were in the cut if you do that again. I was like, what is he going to stab me now? I grew up in some rough neighbourhoods, so I'm used to that kind of...
yeah, sounds it. What the hell? God.
It's a friendly greeting.
Yeah. England, hey, England.
Welcome to England, where everyone's a bit weird. And we all live in our own.
Good.
We all have our own castles.
It's true. At least we don't microwave water.
Oh,
Roy Mustang in the comment section asking, ooh, idea, Vermont, do you have Jackbox? I do not. What the fuck is Jackbox?
is that a restaurant?
I have no idea.
No, that's Jack in the Box. I'm thinking of.
Jack in the Box? Do you have a restaurant named Jack in the Box?
Yeah, it's called a Jack out of the box in foreign countries.
Okay, well, we definitely don't have that.
Non-American speaking.
It's just like a burger joint. It's like a Burger King or Macca's or whatever.
We do have Burger King. When we got our first Burger King, it was kind of ridiculous. The lines were kind of obscene.
I like Burger King, but not that much.
Yeah, Burger King's like fifth-rate burgers in America.
Yeah.
Like Burger King is no one's favorite burger in America.
I like the burgers, but I don't like the fries. But I like McDonald's fries and not the burgers. So when we go for a drive-through, we get the burgers from Burger King and get the fries from McDonald's. And we just sit there and you can see it on our laps. We've got Burger King on our laps. I said, you just been next door? And yeah, you know we only like your fries. And he went,
The one thing Burger King does really well is the croissant, the breakfast croissant sandwich.
who goes to breakfast in a fast food restaurant? I'd rather go to a little mom and pop place where they're going to actually be nice to you instead of going, morning, bloody zombies. But one thing I don't like is when people...
Wow, that was fucking cute.
Yeah, it was.
where people job shame people. I hate that. And when at least they've got a job. I don't care if you work at McDonald's or you're janitor. At least you have a job. Most of the ones that job shame haven't got a job. Oh, no, you work at McDonald's. It's better than you then. At least he's doing something instead of you. Brain's gone again. I was going to say something witty. And it's
McDonald's on the front lines of keeping us all fed. I thought it was so funny how Taco Bell made this big announcement, like, we're closing our interior lobbies to prevent, social distancing. And I was like, does anyone use Taco Bell's inside? Like, for me, Taco Bell's is a 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. delivery window. That's Taco Bell.
If we've got one Taco Bell in the UK and it's on a military base.
An American military base.
It's on a British one. It's at RAF Milton Hall, but it's been turned into small town America. I went there with a friend of mine and went, wow. And I was eating all this lovely food. I went, I can see why you think our food is bland. And, the corn syrup and I was like, I'm having a heart attack just eating these things.
Call that reverse call.
Yeah. Come and invade us. I want a fried Twinkie again. It was lovely.
What?
Yeah.
Fried Twinkie?
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
sure.
yeah, you do. Every state will tell you to fry the
Why
hell
would
out of
you
Twinkie.
do
No,
that?
you don't.
Fun either.
No. You don't touch Twinkies. Twinkies are like peace stuffy because they were like the centerpiece of the Zombieland movie from like childhood. So
Well, there's no host
don't mess
where
with
I live,
Twinkies.
so.
Don't mess with Twinkies. Let Twinkies be alone.
They're fine how they are.
They did something quite funny on the army base. They did a 4th of July show in the UK, which I thought was quite amusing.
Oh, that's
I know
really
they're
funny.
I know they're trying to do it for the air, but you're celebrating your independence from England in England. Fine. Your food's nice though. It's like 2 fingers up at the Queen. We're here to celebrate it and you can't stop us.
Oh man, that's really
No, I got to try some nice food. I got to try real soul food and I loved it. My teeth are bad because I'm British. And I could actually chew the pork. I was like, wow, I can chew this.
Oh, soul food is so like it just melts off the bone. They boil that pork until it's like a soup.
That was 8 years ago. That was in 2012. I was like, I want to do it again.
That's amazing.
Take me back. I'll join the American forces just to have that.
No, don't do it. Don't give yourself up to them.
It's a trick.
I
It's a
submit
trick.
to
Don't
America.
go.
No.
Well, I've got family. I've got family in the States. I've got family in DC, so I could sort of do Asia.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
crime.
want to move to America, but don't do it.
Well,
We got.
I want to have fun. We're not allowed to have guns over here. I like antique weaponry, so if I want to fire black powder or Woodward 2 M1s.
Come home,
Yeah.
Englishman.
I'm a secret American.
We've got Roy Mustang asking about wanting to try fried ice cream, and that's got to be a joke, right? Like
What?
that is a joke, right?
I've had bacon bars
there-
over here.
A show I saw on YouTube once actually visited a fair, like a carnival fair, where they everything.
Oh, fried
Yeah.
chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Fried chocolate bars, fried watermelon, fried Twinkies, which made my soul ache, and fried ice cream.
See,
It hurt my heart just seeing the thing, never mind eating it.
it's-
Right there, I went, I can't feel anything, but I'm happy.
we have now made the decree public. Do not fry your Twinkies, or you will make Chris sad. And can you? Are you that kind of monster?
I've got some Twinkies here. They now sell them in the UK. We get Hostess ones. You're not allowed to make them over here because of our laws of putting artificial stuff in it, but we can import. So I've got my nuclear silo full of them. My own fault.
I gotta say that would be a very funny picture seeing Boris Johnson having a Twinkie. I don't know why.
You know, the media would have a field day with that, saying, "Oh my God, Donald Trump has given him a Twinkie. It's the end of relationships."
Oh God, you.
I used to be able to do Boris Johnson's voice years ago. It's just technically Russian. What did you kibbling you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this turkey at you. Not quite his voice, really. It's the only voice I can do. So.
I think the funniest line in the Zombieland movie is like penguins on the on the North Pole, and just like, penguins aren't on the North Pole. Do you want to feel how hard I can punish?
I loved that movie. I recently watched watched the sequel for the first time, and I was really surprised at how good it was.
Oh, it's been a while since the first movie.
I went in.
Many years.
Yeah, it actually kind of opens with that though. It opens with like that narration saying, hey, it's been some time. We realized that you have your choice of zombie media, and we appreciate you picking us. It was surprisingly good. I mean, I went in with low expectations, so it could just be that my expectations were so low that I didn't realize it was bad, but I don't think so.
I'll have to have a look when it comes out on Blu-ray, so unless it's already out on Blu-ray, because I don't get out much.
Oh no, it is out on Blu-ray.
Which comes in handy. They're telling us to stay indoors, and it says you got to do this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at that. That's my OCD. That's my anxieties. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't have to change my life at all.
Hashtag introverts wins.
Yeah, that's right. The needs shall inherit the earth.
Hashtag Asperger's for life.
The funniest thing is seeing all these rich celebrities in like gigantic mansions being like, it's so hard being me in my gigantic estate.
Right?
No one has given me a TV camera in 5 days. Yeah, you know what you can imagine? Living in a 500 square foot apartment under the same conditions. Shut the hell up.
Oh my God, it's been ridiculous seeing all of them, well, not all of them, because not all of them have done it, but seeing the ones who've done it is just, it's ridiculous.
Cringe.
Anyway, I've got to go for, 15 minutes. I've got a meeting with Overmare people.
Ooh.
I've got a team lead meeting. So,
I love how we've now got to share Kelly with the rest of the Fallout Equestria community. What the fuck is this shit?
Well, I'm also in Overmare Studios, but
yeah, you are. I hired you.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I was so nervous. I remember it like, what's
So
No,
what we
no,
should.
I was really impressed. And then I think I suggested East Corp. I was like, oh, we don't have much, but there's East Corp. Yeah.
See, that's what we should actually do. Is
Yeah,
East
yeah.
Corp needs to infiltrate the Overmare Studios, like we've infiltrated Dead Tree, and we'll slowly
Yeah.
everyone will become East Corp.
Yeah, to be honest, they probably will.
I'm gonna get some T-shirts made up and posters. I'll get a flag made up. My friend makes flags for a living. I could get him to make one.
Fuck yeah.
If you actually make a flag for East Corp and we ever meet, I will sign that flag.
There you go.
Get
I'm gonna
everybody
do it
from
now.
East Corp to sign it.
It's a shame that they don't do
After
flags on
it's
the.
available, so.
It's a shame they don't do
Yeah,
flags on our
well,
Redbubble.
Yeah.
Like that's not an option that we were able to get.
I would love to have some T-shirts from like Confessions of Wasteland Pony and the East Corp symbol and stuff like that.
Like a T-shirt with a cute one that I commissioned from a friend of mine with Sandstone and Carmina.
Oh, anybody
we
who.
have
Like a
stuff
big
up on our
circle.
Redbubble.
Yeah.
I got a few last year, and they turned out okay in
Yeah.
the printing process.
We've got some good stuff off of. Yeah, if you look on our Redbubble, you can find East Corp. You can find shirts and mugs and books, and I think we've got a clock up there, which I think I made purely as a
Shut
joke
up and take
about.
my money!
Like back when
paid money
Teshki
for
went
this.
and got his own custom like stable tech clock, like glowed, and he was so proud
So
of it.
I can get a Sky bobblehead.
No, I don't think we have bobbleheads, but
No.
Wish.
Oh,
East Corp
Funko
Funko
Pop.
Pops.
Go. I will be back.
All right,
Roy
cheers.
Mustang was
Bye-bye.
asking how much the flag would be. I went to the lockdown wherever my friend is. You tell me, I can't remember. We won't know. I'll have to ask him and see what he's up to. But whatever the price is, I'll pay for it and I'll get it commissioned for East Corp. So.
what did we put on there? Because we put a lot of effort in before con season last year. I got a bunch of art up. We had the Fallout Equestria shirts, the Simplified logo shirts, cups, stickers.
Yeah. Oh, we've got that. We've got
There's
that.
the Carmina and Sandstone shirt, if you wanted that, Chris.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
We've
But
got
I
some
also want the
untypical
cute
stuff.
one.
We've got a whole bunch of things, which is just of shirts, books, and cups, which is just a white background with "I paid for this." Well, I paid money for this, written in all lowercase Arial font.
So ridiculous.
No one's bought it yet, but I am waiting for the day someone buys it because I
Where's my
guarantee.
credit card?
I was really proud of the Stella Red shirt because I put so much damn effort into photoshopping it so it would look good on a t-shirt.
It
with the
looks,
printing process.
and it does look really good. I've got to get a Stella shirt. They look fantastic.
Have you got a shirt of Diamondback?
No, well, actually, I don't know if I have one of those.
I would like to have my, what did I say when I got to speak to him on text chat? I went, oh, I'm talking to my senpai.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
A
nice.
bright purple Diamondback thumbs up shirt would be great. I should
Yeah.
look. It should look good.
Diamondback approves.
Just need you in the background just looking at him.
Yeah, just like face soofing or something.
That would be pretty fun.
Blade, I mean, not needle.
Yeah, Blade. Oh, I want Blade and Diamondback like all
In a
cute
fighting
giving
stance.
flowers. No,
Mhm.
No,
that's him
he'd
giving
be
her flowers.
He'd be giving her flowers, and behind her back is a no.
No.
He'd be giving her booze probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
inside the flowers, yeah, surprise.
No, you gotta try this one. It's the branding recipe.
Oh.
Oh.
One thing I was going to say earlier, I love Skybolt's laugh. Every time he makes him laugh, he sets me off, because I just love that little laugh. I don't know what stream I was on, you was laughing for a long time, and I'm sitting there and it spat my coffee out when I heard your laugh for the first time. I was like, whoa, I love that.
I don't know. It could be if it's a video
Yeah,
where Skybot was laughing for the very first time. It could be the Bethesda stream. Well, laughing for a long
Oh my
time.
god.
What are they gonna do this year? Like now that East Corp, now that
Todd Howard is gonna go on with just his phone and be like, "Look, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize for my entire life."
Wastelanders might work, but we're expecting bugs. I didn't expect it to be smoothly at all, but a lot of people have criticised me doing this. I got Fallout first, but having my own server, it's a lot more stable. And plus, I don't get people having a go at me. I can just run around all day doing silly stuff. So.
I don't see. Personally, I have no.
I was about to ask, was that a pun?
What?
Because you said stable and Fallout the Crest.
Like, I've no problem with the people who buy Fallout first. It's more that they have it in the first place. But, like, I was so looking forward to Bethesda's conference this year because of.
I know.
I mean, last year was their worst year. I don't know how they managed to do worse than they did in 2018.
2018.
And given that 2020 has been such a shit show for fucking everybody, I kind of just wanted to see what a Bethesda 2020 E3 presentation looked like. Like, were we going to see Todd Howard step onto stage and just end himself? I'd pay money to see that. Would it just be he and Pete Hines strangling each other?
When you pull out a little sword and put it into your gut, what's that called again?
Oh, the seppuku.
Yes.
It.
Yeah, there we go.
Or rather, Sudoku for our English audience.
Yeah. People just throw caps onto the.
Like, I don't even. I really am a little annoyed that we're not going to be able to see it. I hope they do a stream.
See, I want them to talk about Starfield too. I want them to try to pitch a brand new series after all their blunders the last couple of years. That would be great.
Exactly. I would love to see them pitch a brand new series. I want to see. I want to see this new Elder Scrolls game because we're not going to get Fallout for a really long time. I feel like Fallout is going to go back into the vault, for lack of a better word.
No, James, listen.
Yeah.
They are gonna come with a new Fallout game, but it's gonna be based on in real life.
Based on the real World War III.
Yeah, not World War III, but the apocalypse after a worse version of what's happening right now.
Well, I mean, the we're basically living at the beginning of the Division, because wasn't that the Division's backstory that it was like a virus?
I started playing it again ever since the outbreak.
We're all playing it right now.
Well, it's not smallpox is far worse than what's happening now, but still, the way everyone is acting and hoarding toilet paper.
Well, look, smallpox could easily break out in the same way.
So I also found it kind of funny. So the I follow the lead writer of the Division on Twitter, not because he wrote the Division, because he wrote some other things. He also wrote was one of the writers on Halo Reach. But anyway, but people started tweeting at him. The worse and worse the coronavirus situation they're tweeting at him like, this is exactly like the Division, and his response almost every time has been, I just wrote what they told me to write, please don't blame me. I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, you know when the virus first broke on the news, guess what was on sale on Steam?
The Division, yeah. Well, because...
No, Plague Inc.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
And it was the Chinese New Year sale as well.
Oh,
no!
I only had the game, but it was still funny. I was like, even worse.
Yeah.
Last year was zero.
So everybody at home, remember to take random notes and leave them in random places all over your house.
Yes, in a way that slowly tells the story of how you die. Yeah.
Tell them about Escorps and ponies.
Exactly.
The ponies are our master race. We must worship them.
We need to.
I'm also extremely proud of my B3 thumbnail art.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Yes, Beef 3.
Sky, you know what we should do for in honor of E3 and Bethesda's conference. What we need to do is we need to make a fake E3, like a fake hour-long E3 presentation. Get art of the of Todd and all of his people done, and put on a fake E3 presentation video.
You could play the fake Todd Howard, and I could play the fake what's the other guy's name?
Pete Hines.
Oh, Pete Hines.
Yeah.
I'll be Pete Hines.
Right. If we kind of used the could probably pull it off using the same like animation art style that the It Just Works music video was done with.
Oh my gosh.
Where it was like hands separate from the head and the body type thing.
You remember the Bethesda Land stuff from 2017?
Like Rayman.
That's all
Yes.
I can remember.
That was so stupid. Was that 2017?
It's like, obviously it was a play on the Nuka world, but like they never directly referenced that, so I was like, why is this? It seemed weird, like they didn't directly reference that.
I don't. They've constantly been chasing that 2015 presentation.
Yeah, which they can't until they put us through another withdrawal of Fallout content.
Because that presentation from beginning to end was really good.
But the thing is, too, is everyone was waiting for Fallout 4 on the heels of New Vegas, a genuinely good, enjoyable game.
Exactly.
And they can't really build new hype off of the ashes of 76.
Yeah, at the very least with with the Elder Scrolls 6, they're building off the hype of Skyrim, but it's also kind of been lost because of everything else Bethesda's done recently.
Because they've re-released, like, 18 versions of it.
Exactly.
You can now get Skyrim on your fridge.
Like,
I'm playing Skyrim on my Apple Watch right now.
I liked it. So,
How's
what was
that?
it, Alexa, whatever it was, that there was a D&D version of it?
yeah, in fact, they re-released Skyrim in Final Fantasy XIV, which is the mission I'm doing at the moment. At the end of it, you just get to play Skyrim again. Who fucking knew?
There's
We
a
get to
D&D
play
version
Skyrim
called
Fallout
Dungeons and Dragons.
They released Skyrim in Todd Howard. You could just go up to Todd Howard at any point, turn him on, and start playing Skyrim.
Top Howard.
Yeah, you have to wear a Teletubby costume to turn on Todd Howard, though.
Oh, no.
Oh god, there we go. That's perfect. That's because do you remember how in the Teletubbies it used to go into they had TVs in their stomachs and it would just go into them?
My brother watched it when we were kids.
You could totally.
Yeah.
You could definitely do a skit on that of we installed Skyrim in Todd Howard and it's that same Teletubby thing that he dressed up as, and it just goes into that thing like it did in the show. That's just dying to be made. Someone make that.
So can he be surrounded in a field with a lot of bunnies too?
Isn't that how Todd Howard always is?
Yeah,
I don't know.
all the employees are bunnies, they just do as they're told. Here's money, do work. Okay.
Oh, speaking of Todd Howard, do you know that KCAT is writing again?
Really?
Ooh.
Not Fallout Equestria. I think it's it's based off 2 of the Student 6.
Really?
Ooh,
Hang on, let me just pull up Film Fiction.
Hope it's something a little bit nicer.
I hope it has Silverstream.
She's your favorite?
She is always my favorite. She
Is that
completely
nice?
sold season 8 for me. It was just Silverstream.
Nice.
Is that the youngsters from the school? Is it the school of? Oh, I don't know. I don't watch the show properly.
Yeah,
Watch
School of Friendship, and it's a
That's
Studio 6 where you have a yak, a pony, dragon,
Oh yeah, okay.
hippogriff,
Yeah.
griffin.
I'm gonna have to start watching it properly.
Oh, there it is. It is
Yeah.
a Cellus.
And
Crossing over a Cellus with the game Prey.
no,
Oh.
wasn't there 2 of the Studio 6?
No,
it just one
I
of
thought there was 2. It turns out there's just 1. So it's the character's a Cellus, and it's going to be set in a crossover with Prey.
Ah, the reformed
interesting.
changeling. Okay.
Which I guess I think a Cellus was all right.
What was that Blues Griffin's name?
Gallus.
That was it. I liked it. It was like
Definitely
oh, it was a
not
Griffin, so that's easy.
Definitely not the best of the Student Six on account of not being, what the fuck don't I remember the hippogriff's name? She was the best.
Silverstream.
Silverstream, that was it. Okay, I kind of just undermined my own point by saying Silverstream was the best of them and then forgetting her name, but
She was.
she was the
I tend
best.
to be biased. If it's a mythological creature, I like it.
Well, I actually liked Iona quite a bit. She had a lot of common sense, and at the same time, she might have some trouble understanding
That-
things,
yeah.
but she's still all... Yes, I liked her.
She would have been nice
favorite,
if
but-
she wasn't a yak. Yona would have been great
What?
if she was a zebra.
Oh, that would be so cool! Yeah!
Like,
Oh, that would be so cool!
speaking of, I'm so excited for the season 10 comics because it's because they're starting off in Zikora's homeland. Like, we're finally getting the canon exploration of the zebra homeland. I am so fucking excited.
Are they going to
Me
explain
too!
why
Like,
they speak the way they do?
Zikora is my favorite!
Because, like, we've already...
So, anything. Ah.
The released art that they've shown has already given us a zebra with a pink mane and a pony made entirely out of slime.
Or water. We don't know
Or
which
water.
one yet.
Or water. Water pony, slime
Yeah, that would
pony.
be so cool.
That's like.
Oh, God, I can imagine the art after that. Oh.
Why
My-
would that be bad?
You know the other side of the fandom?
My...
Don't do that to her. You gotta protect Chris's innocence.
Innocent
Delicate balance.
This
How can
is
you
a
turn
safe
water
for
dirty?
Chris stream.
It's water.
Yeah, I'm in the fur fandom. We can turn anything dirty.
It's water. It's literally the thing that makes you not dirty.
Welcome to the fur fandom. We ruined your childhood.
This is why we had to set up a separate channel in the Dead Tree chat rooms.
Oh, yeah.
A channel for everyone who isn't Chris.
I'm sorry.
No, we have to protect.
We must protect.
Yeah, we have to protect our innocent mind from
There is-
dirty dragon.
Literally only one source of innocence in this entire studio. We have to keep her safe.
I'll keep my ideas to myself then.
I kind of feel bad because I just, like, people have to do more stuff, and I'm sorry.
No, it's hilarious. Besides,
No, we have to keep you innocent. That makes you, because I can't speak now. Brain's gone. It's thinking
okay.
of messed up stuff now. It's messing with my mind. We're gonna keep the innocence and the purity of our Chris.
You're definitely right in your assessment, though. It's yeah. So, but right now, it's all Corona pone. That's all the
I saw one recently about that, but the pone wasn't the coronavirus. She just had the same name, and everyone was running away from her.
aww.
Oh, that's sad.
It's just someone new I found on YouTube. If you, when people read the comics and things like that, if you have a good speaking voice, I'll watch you. And now I'm watching quite a lot of poems nowadays. I never thought I would. I was like, a few years ago, I was like, oh, okay. And now I'm like, just about every person I support on Patreon is a pony.
Yay! Ponies!
I've got East Corp, Dead Tree, and Wootton.
Oh, okay.
Fiora, you mean? Or does that tree have another one too?
I can't remember the person's name I'm supporting. Something Tank Girl.
Yeah, that's Fiora.
That was it.
Are they making a new Tank Girl movie?
No, Fiora Tank Girl
Oh,
is
Fiora.
the author
Yeah.
of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the first part. I usually think it's just Fiora, but yeah.
Yeah, I call her Fia because that is more smooth in the Norwegian
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, Chrysler.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Cinder just calls her
I
a
found
fee.
it well worth my money though, supporting these projects because you keep me entertained and you keep me sane.
And we're very grateful for it. Thank
Which
you
I
very,
find really
very
funny
much.
because I feel like because the creation of these projects saps away our sanity. Like
Well-
give me your energy. I'm alive.
I just spent 3
Yeah,
weeks
kinda.
working on a thing that I can't talk about, and it has genuinely driven me insane. I think I've lost a year of my life. of my total lifespan working on it. It's super worth it, but like, holy shit.
Someone the other day asked me, how did you find My Little Pony or Fall Out of Question? What drove us to this side of the fandom when depression? Alright. Because I'm pretty strong for the most part, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't want to depress everybody, but the last 4 years has been pretty bad. So it's been a great distraction for my mind, and it's one of the best therapies I've listened to ponies struggling against mythical creatures and strange dragons trying to pick up on ponies.
You know, that can both be the canon stuffy and this one.
Yeah, I also will. I also agree that it's been therapeutic. I've had it's been an interesting couple of years, that's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
I do like. Sorry.
I mean, what are the chances that I would be that I'd be creating all this audio drama content with an audience willing to listen to it without ponies? Like, I don't necessarily know about you, Sky, but I'd definitely be a lot further back in my career if without the pones.
Yeah, it'll be a great springboard for bigger and better things. It was good practice for writing in general and having fun with people.
And as we slowly start moving over to more
and
original
friends
content
across the world in case you have to escape the country.
Just like, yeah, I have a safe bay bet in that country, and I have a bunker in that one.
Like, I can't tell you why I needed to leave the country. I can't tell you who's after me, but I can tell you, you have heard of them. And yes, they are an acronym. No, they're an acronym.
Acronym? What's an acronym?
Like, KFC.
It's when you don't have Krona, a Krona.
Sweetie, I need example. Like, is okay? I know the word verb because that's like something you do, but I don't know the other ones.
Or acronym, isn't that where you take the letters from someone's name and spell it into something else?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
where you take the first letter of each word and it spells kind of a word or like a term.
Yeah.
Like CDC or TCBY.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
TGI Fridays. That kind of
I thought that was abbreviation.
No, those are acronyms.
Oh, okay. I did. English was never my strong point. Mathematics, brilliant. English, no.
English was one of the only subjects I was good at.
Yeah, I'm a special dragon. I can't read, but I can sort of read. And sometimes I find it better to talk to new people on voice chat because when you try and type with them, like I have to Google I copy and paste what they put if it's a word I can't read, or I stick it on YouTube. Oh, that's what they meant. And they go, why are you taking so long to reply? I can't read what you put. You put a long word.
Welcome to my life. That's how I have it too, and that's both in English and Norwegian. Wow.
We're special together.
Hug your plushies, Chris.
We know
Hug
each
the
other.
plushies.
Yes, I am. All my plushies.
Yeah, I've got my Toothless plush next to me. Someone bought me a Build-A-Bear Toothless plush, and when he bought it, he was like, "You're friends for life with me."
Skyball, do you remember the fan fiction James wrote about when they had? Yeah.
From the Valentine's Day stream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
That was a great stream. If you guys haven't heard that yet, go and listen to Valentine's Day.
One of these days, I actually need to go back to the Valentine's Day stream and edit out and edit out that fanfiction reading and just upload it to the channel as its own thing.
Let me know when you do that. And basically, you know how he said at the end of the spin the bottle game, basically Flittercris was surrounded by animals. Skyball? Yeah, now just imagine blankets, pillows, and plushies instead.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's me now. And I, a few weeks ago, got Wandering Sunrise plushie, so she's also here.
Oh, great! Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I to help support our unfortunate artists in the community, I got one of these Sea Bronies plushies when they were advertising those. So hopefully that'll show up.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people who are, all the people who are like banking on the con to sell things are a little bit fucked.
Yeah.
Like we do it for advertising purposes, but I actually haven't really checked our metrics over the years of how many people of how many new audience members it brings in. So, like, it's not like losing the convention is the biggest blow to us. It's just annoying. It's kind of a bummer. But a lot of people have been negatively affected by the cons shutting down, which is unfortunate. Including the cons, like Babs Con was defiant to the end.
It held on so long, and that's why I was holding out myself. I'm like, shit, if they actually put on the con, I couldn't ignore it. I have to show up. And I'm like, would that really be dangerous? But I don't want to, but I was going to do it. But then they finally had canceled.
Right. Well, I was sitting there waiting for them to be like, okay, I was a little scared that I would get my visa, book my plane tickets, and only for them to announce at the very last minute.
Wasted.
And there was a point where I was going to message them and be like, yo, you gotta tell us if this is happening, because you don't know how expensive tickets from South Africa are.
Yeah, no, I know. So I knew you couldn't come once the virus really started going haywire.
Well, I mean, I kind of had no choice once I realized that the American embassy wasn't responding to any of my messages about for updates on the visa, and then of course we just banned travel out of South Africa.
The funniest thing was how we
Africa,
banned travel with the EU first, and then like 2 or 3 days later, it's like, sorry UK, you too.
Yeah, like Norway is actually closed off for tourism in and out until July, August. So I might even get to go to Galacon, and I'm just like super sad.
Yeah, you gotta keep the Swedes out.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the only con I can go to basically, and now I can't go, and I'm sad.
Yeah, like we were kind of entertaining the possibility of Everfree. Like we submitted for an Everfree Northwest panel, and Everfree is in August, so to remind everyone. But it's like every other government is saying, yeah, this could be 3, 4, 6, 12 months. Like, what the hell are you talking about? When is this going to be over?
Right. Like the way I've heard it described is that the few weeks that we've been told that this will be is mostly just there to get us used to this new way of living, so that they can more comfortably tell us, okay, no, it's going to be more like 6 months.
Vermont, you realize what they're doing? They're doing the 2 weeks things to all of us, to the entire world.
Wow.
2 more weeks. That's it. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Betrayal.
But what? My friend, he fits bathrooms for a living. He has an upsurge of bidets.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I've tried to use one once, and that was a scary experience.
I don't like the idea. Like, I don't know. It still seems weird to me. I've not.
Yeah.
Well, at least you guys doesn't have any trouble with it if it's fires to like in the wrong places, because if it goes inside one of the girls, then you can actually get very bad infections. You guys just have stuff there. So you guys are.
Get a colonic irrigation, and
you get yeast infection. That is very unfortunate. Is it that powerful? Like what? Like
yeah, they can shoot the ceiling. We had one in school.
Yeah.
Go, oh, what's this thing? Hey, it's a fountain. Why is your water fountain in the bathroom? I was 18 at the time. I didn't have a clue.
Oh god, I'm having health class flashbacks.
I never did health
so
class.
be careful. But the
The
thing
UK
is, we didn't really have any hoarders, but we do have a few hamsters here and there.
See, we're lucky because in worst case scenario, I'm surrounded by trees, as we should go
Same here.
cut one of those down. I'll make my own toilet paper then.
I can always use the garden hose. I used to on the farm when we ran out of toilet paper. We just used the garden hose on the farm.
Okay, I need to know. Garden hose, like, you know, something that looks like a pickaxe, but it's like smaller.
Oh no, like a pipe. Like a pipe that you spray water through.
That's why I asked.
What would it be? What would be another word for hose pipe?
The sprinkler.
Water tube.
Okay.
A bendy water pipe.
Okay. Like a water snake, okay.
He's essentially saying a poor man's bidet. A farmer's bidet.
Well, that's what we had to do on the farm when we ran out of toilet paper and newspaper and anyone what left their clothes behind.
No. See, you're all doing this wrong. Just
behind. Guess what it is now?
You just need to do a handstand in the shower.
Yeah, because then the flow of water is definitely going to be to your advantage.
You can recycle it.
At least the water will be warm.
I mean, yeah. Luckily, as long as power and hot water are stable, then it won't get too bad.
Well, if we lose power here, I used to be a scout when I was younger, so I know how to build a fire from scratch. But no, me, I'll just cheat and put some gasoline on it. There we are.
Yeah, you know what we call that in Norway?
Cheating.
No, we call that cabin vacation.
Yeah.
So it's like if we lose internet, if we lose power and anything, then it's just like, okay, where's my firewood? So
I mean, you can't mess around in Norway. Well, luckily we're going into summer now, but it's like
yeah.
It's still cold here. It's like -3 this morning when I went out at 6.
Yeah.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not in freedom units.
I always have to check though, because England's weird. You measure things in stone and stuff.
Yeah, we do imperial and metric, so.
Yeah, you're the reason that we still have imperial. God damn it.
Yeah, it's weird. Especially with our old vehicles. If a young person gets an old Land Rover, they put metric parts on it, but they keep some of the imperials. So some poor bugger later on was going, "Why I have to have 2 toolkits for 1 car?"
Yeah, that's horrible.
Luckily, I've got old
we
tools
do need
anyway.
to get rid of it wholesale, but it just sucks. We're stuck. So, because I didn't like learning 2 systems, but I did. As an American engineer, we learned both.
Yeah, I had to because I'm a farmer's mechanic. So my knowledge is from the early 1900s of machinery to modern day.
With all the twisty bobbies.
Ew. I love the way Americans try to do our voice, but the only problem is when a Brit tries to do American voice, we always fall back on these sort of either Texan or redneck. My friend,
Thank you, President Bush.
yeah. And my friend's been a voice actor that long. I thought he was American. He weren't. He was born in a place called Kent, which is about 30 miles away from me. He'd been doing American roles for so long, his normal speaking voice is now American.
That's great.
Oops.
Yeah, and they did a study once. I know England has many individual regional
Yes,
accents.
we do.
As
You
well.
can go 10 minutes on the road and it's completely different.
Yeah, and they determined there was I think 23 different American accents, so that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I've talked to from every single state. I've been talking to people over 10 years on voice chat. I've even talked to 2 people in Hawaii, Alaska, and stuff like that. I love talking to people from other cultures. It's fascinating to me. Language in itself is fascinating.
We're all
Wait.
in this together.
Ofta. But did you change the Banana Cast intro?
Oh, well, I wanted to have something spooky, so I tried to pull out a song that sounded all apocalypse-y.
Okay.
And then I ended with the classical intro. What about you, Chris? What are the different Norwegian accents of the language and regions? Like, what is Oslo compared to, like, where you are?
Oh my gosh. That's a good one. Jeg heter... Nei, that's another one. Jeg en kvinne. Jeg ei kvinne. Jeg dama. Basically, for, like, you know, we have, like, the big towns, like, Lillehammer, Oslo, Stavanger, Ålesund. All of those have different dialects. So basically, entering a new town means a new dialect.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of like like, you know, those friendship pattern stuffy for blankets and stuff. Like if you have yellow and blue, then you have green in the middle. It's basically it's basically a more complicated version of that. And the further out you get, the more different they are. Like me in my dialect means us, but if you go like 6 hours further north, me means me.
Oh, interesting.
That is
And
like...
the word, yeah, we also have the one e, basically I, but e can either mean I as in English, or it can be used in like jeg I Stavanger, I am in Stavanger. So it's both a word you use to tell if you're in or at something, or as the word for yourself. And it's so confusing.
Interesting. Yeah, because then it changes context depending on what like pronouns basically they're using.
Yeah, and then you have Trønder dialect, which basically is the redneck version. Both Norwegian. No, but that's the thing. If you talk with Trønder dialect and you turn over to English, you automatically have the redneck dialect without even trying.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, what kind of random dialect do I want to find? And then you just land in a random city, and then you go to the next one. It's just like, oh, I went the wrong way. They're talking totally different there. Oops. So,
Yeah, part of my family is from Bavaria originally, and I guess Bavaria has a very unique accent among Germany because of its unique place in history in the Holy Roman Empire. But yeah, so that's what my grandmother spoke before she died. So that's the one my dad knows a little bit of, but not much.
What does that sound? Is someone messing with the mic?
Oh, sorry, I just had to add the charger to my phone because it had like 2% left and my PC internet didn't want to live, so I had to use my phone now.
That's kind of
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard that with Dutch as well. That the Danish Dutch language is like a weird amalgamation of English and German.
Yeah, funny
Yeah.
story. You know that if you talk if you talk Swedish and you add a potato in your mouth, you're talking Danish. And no, this is real. This is actually real. If people try this, it's so similar. It's scary. But what's even funnier, if you talk Swedish with a potato in your mouth and start singing, you're talking Norwegian.
Oh my gosh. And then you have the fly-offs like the Faroese and the Icelandics, which are really, really strange.
Yeah, Icelandic is basically very close to Old Norse, which basically was Norrønt, Viking talk thingy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
It's
I
pretty
forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, that was another thing I was going to request earlier. Get some plushies of the characters. Because
Yeah, I want a Carmina Santa plushie.
Yeah, I'm probably waiting for my
I found that
Battle
one a
Blade
little
plushie.
bit.
The real question is, how can we make Stella into a plushie?
That. How would we do that?
Right, because we can't use her we can't use the dream the fake world version.
Sweetie?
Yeah.
You just make a plushie of a computer screen.
Yeah.
With her on. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost do one of those like cubes with like the etched glass on the inside and have it glow red. That would be something.
There we go.
That works. Problem solved.
So we also
Or we
need
could
to,
design a very remedial Sentinel droid body to be her final form.
there we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
See, we should custom make our plushies, but then also get those those voice boxes that you press and get the VAs to record lines.
So we can have a squeezable battered blade.
And then
that would be so fun.
and then every time you
single-
squeeze her, she threatens you.
Yeah, she has like 10 different curses or angry at you type of lines. Stop squeezing my hoof, you stupid fucker, or something.
Go to your own microphone.
Yeah. Or if it's Diamondback, if you squeeze him, buy me a drink first.
My God.
Is that a plush in your pocket, or is it just?
I thought of a cute one though. Like if you have Carmina and Sandstone selling them together, and if it would be possible if you like push them together, both of them would say, "Hey, keep your hands off my Carmina or Sandstone."
Oh.
And yeah, if you bring them together, they like magnetically click together.
Oh. See, and if you just
Sorry, you're off again.
if you get a
Really high, you're gonna break glass.
which is the exact opposite of getting of if you get the butterfly stitch and the Stella plushies, they magnetically repulse away from each other.
I just thought of something funny but horrible.
Do it.
You have the you have the butterfly stitch plushie, but the head comes off.
No.
Butterfly stitch plushie, but it's just a brain in a jar.
Oh, no.
Oh, stop.
Spoilers
Oh,
for
stop.
Terminal Secrets, by the way.
Oh.
Though by this
I do
point,
know someone on DeviantArt what does decent plushies. The ones I've put in the channel, she made them once. The 1-to-1 scale of Luna, that was $700.
Oh yeah, no, they can be expensive. Custom.
yeah.
And that was a one-off. It wasn't what I had. And the Little Pip one was $200.
What?
Whew.
And that one's
Just 200 for that big plushie?
well, it's 1-to-1. Luna is gonna be a lot bigger than Little Pip.
Oh, that's gonna yeah.
But still, Little Pip looks very big for me.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Like, what if? But isn't she like at least a meter long or something?
I'm trying to bring up DeviantArt, but it's not loading today, so I will let you. It's got the measurements on a page, but DeviantArt's being a pain, so it's not letting me.
Okay, basically, is her head the same size as yours?
I don't think it's that big. I think you're seeing it from a different perspective.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the scale.
Isn't
of
it the bed she's laying on?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, then it would mean it's like the head size should be something similar to yours, unless you have a very small or very big head.
It kind of goes back to a classic debate in the fandom about how big a life-size pony would be.
Yeah.
Well, that depends also if you're comparing it to like a real pony or a real like tiny pony, because
Well,
even
like a
in
Shetland
ponies,
pony.
yeah, Shetland pony, Falabella pony, Sifankulon's ponies, like there are many different sizes, and then you have the
Yeah.
normal ponies, which can be everything from 147 and down centimeters long.
Oh, you do it in centimeters. I used to work with horses. They do it in hands. It's 14.2 hands as a pony and 14.5 as a horse. So what's the in-between
Yeah.
bits?
You want to talk about
That-
classical measuring horses in hands? Oh
Yeah,
my
we do it in
God.
hands. I actually did
That's
do it in
that's
hands.
a new one.
We got
Which Jackson King was the hand measurement based on?
Well, I did it with my hands, and my hands were a bit smaller than most people, so a pony was 15 hands for me, but still. Because I thought someone was joking when they told me. So I tested it out. When the horse managed to stand still, probably looking at me, "What are you doing, human? I'm measuring you with my hands." Don't be alarmed.
I'm just finding out if you're a pony or a horse.
Well, it's funny, that very same pony, for a kid's birthday, we got some body paint and turned her into Rainbow Dash.
No.
Oh.
I got a photo of it, but it was really good. It was safe to use on an animal. So this 5-year-old, she saw it, she's like, I don't know how we did the wings. I can't remember who made the wings, but it was actually real feathers.
Oh, wow.
Seriously? That's cool.
I ain't got any photos because I was a stable hand at the time, so I didn't have my camera on me. There's bound to be a photo on the internet somewhere of it.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty cool though.
Sorry, just seeing many pictures of around the world where they have rented ponies or horses and they take like permanent markers or something
No,
and
we
they draw the
made
horses.
sure it was humane. There was this humane paint what would easily come off. Even if the horse had turned round and licked at it, it wouldn't do any harm. It was based on food coloring.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Yay, okay, that's good.
They did that for
That's
the that 70s show where they dyed the horse pink.
Actually, that ages. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I forgot about that show for a little bit.
I grew up on that. I got into that when I was in high school and watched it through high school.
You must be a similar age to me then.
Yeah, I'm 28 now.
No, you're not then. I'm 35 this year.
Oh, okay. I look 35, if that helps.
Oh, it's funny. I'm nearly 35, but I've still got ID for booze because I got a young face. I went to buy my friend a bottle of rum the other day. You got any idea? And I showed her. I went, I wish I looked that good at that age.
Oh, that's my brother then. My brother, when he shaves, he has a baby like 20.
Yeah, same here. Well, I actually look like I'm 17 when I shave my face, but it takes 2 months for me to grow anything. My dad calls it bum fluff.
Yeah. No, I lose.
Yeah.
I lose a good 5 years if I shave, which is why I don't shave.
Yeah, it grows in clumps. It doesn't grow properly. It looks like I've had a fight with a weed whacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to Americans so long, I know the different terminologies, because if I said strimmer, you'd be like, what's he on about? What's a strimmer?
Yeah, I'm also wondering, what's a strimmer?
I just default to American sayings so they know what I'm on about. Like, if I'm talking about money, I say dollars instead of pounds sterling. It makes it so much easier for them. Because they'd be there going, what's that in our money? Well, let me just look it. Because I used to do a lot of trading with America, like with artists and costume designers and things.
Yeah.
Well, Rihanna, at least you never get stopped by the police and they think you are a 16-year-old that has stolen your mom's car.
I don't drive anyway.
Is there something you would like to admit? Yeah, Chris.
I got drunk and I borrowed money.
I'm 27 and people still think I sound like a 14-year-old and sometimes looks like a 16 or 17-year-old, and I'm sad.
Oh.
They come to the door like, hello, young lady. You're home.
Is your mother?
Your mommy has bugger off.
And I'm just like, no, I live here.
Oh, I've had it when I've answered the phone. It says, is your parents around? I went, bugger off, I'm 34.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't know what it is in stones or whatever height you use, but
Kilos, pounds, I do all of it.
173 centimeters. 1 meter and 73 centimeters. Like, I have the height of a normal grown-up person.
Yeah, you're pretty tall, actually.
Stone for us is weight.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So, like, my height should have, like, I know we Norwegian are pretty tall normally because, you know, liking jeans, but still. That should help me, like, hello, I'm not a teenager, I'm 27.
Yeah, so you're like 5'8" then, something like that.
I'm just 5'6", you're close. I'm 6'3".
Okay.
So in centimeters, I'm on the Bing thing at the moment. 6'3", 192 I am.
Oh damn. Okay. I'm 184.
What?
I'm like almost 6'2".
Yeah, then you're around my boyfriend's height.
Yeah, because I'm only half Norwegian. Norwegian.
Well, I've got Viking blood in me. My family origins is all Vikings. But I can't drink like a Viking. I'm a cheap date. Half a pint and I'm...
Yeah, because the
What
dad
is-
says my family has the spurts of everything else too. So Finn and Dane and Speed.
Yeah, I'm really skinny.
See, I was.
I can put on weight.
I'm
weight.
completely screwed. I've got English and Portuguese, so I am so short.
Yeah, you're...
I am tiny.
How tall are you?
5'4" or 5'5".
You come to my shoulder.
Yeah.
That's what happens when your evolution advantage is fitting inside ship holes. It's the trade-off you make for colonialism.
Or somewhere for your tall friend to lean on. I don't do that to short people because that's just mean. But a friend of mine, she's 4'8", and her boyfriend thought it was funny to put his pants on her head. Yeah, that didn't end well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, he was on the floor a few minutes later. But he didn't drop his pint though. He's on the floor writhing in agony, but the pint is safe. That's
Priorities.
That's a true Englishman. Do not spill the pint. Doesn't matter how warm it is. You do not spill it.
Yeah, see, that's the distance separation where they can bite your ankles. Then you gotta be.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Got
guys
it.
know how most Asian people are very short?
Yes.
Yeah, and I just said my boyfriend was about Skybold's height. He's born in South Korea.
Oh, very
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, so he's like the tall one.
Damn.
I think that's cool.
I've got a friend what lives around here. He's quite a rarity. He's 6'9".
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like he's the height of my brother then.
I stood next to him and went, now I know how everyone else feels now. Because everyone's really short around here. So it comes in handy because I used to go in this little cafe near me and there was this lady who always came in a wheelchair and they had really heavy doors. So I'll come along, I could hold the door open and she didn't have to bend down or anything. It was like... So I always sat near the door because me being the helpful type would just sit there and wait for someone to come in and open the door for them. And they say, oh, you don't have to. When it gives me exercise.
Good dragon wolf.
I've always liked helping people because people have done a lot of good for me because of my Asperger's and ADHD. So, and also I found out that was the best therapy for me, helping others.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good feeling.
well, financially backing projects like this is a good feeling. It's like, because I get to see the return on it. I'm like, they did so well with that. Give me more. Give me more. It's an addiction now.
Well, we will admit that being financially backed on these projects is also a fantastic feeling.
It is.
Big fan of that.
Especially some of the, one of them, what was it called? The Engineer.
Mm.
I was listening to it playing Fallout 4, and towards the end, I was like, oh, feelings. Oh. Especially right at the end, I was in tears. Like, jeez. I went, she's a good voice actress. She had me in tears.
She
Heartbreaking
completely
that was.
saved the series. If it weren't for Oakhart,
Yeah.
You're right.
I even said that to her, and she got overwhelmed. Oh, I wasn't that good. You bloody was.
Like she pulled off the longest performance the show had had up to that point, and specifically she pulled it off like after the show had been off the air for a year.
Yeah, that was a huge risk, and so thanks to her. Oh my god.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you risked it, because since then the stories have been so endearing and funny, and the music. It's just a new outlook on life. And I thought, I would interact with the bronies to see how they truly are not what you see on the news media. And so far they've been very welcoming, and they're not bothered about the fur fandom. I do get people asking about the fur fandom, and I went, I will tell them about it. It's unfortunately turned into a toxic wasteland. But the bronies are very welcoming and nice. And a lot of bronies I talk to say to me, oh, I'm an ex-furry, and I can understand, because we are a toxic bunch. So,
But you're not toxic.
Yeah, it's a big place. The furry fandom
not my
is
server.
huge compared to the bronies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, and I think that it's really not necessarily not good to try to make the comparison of like one because every group has its really shitty side,
Yeah.
and every group has its really good side. It is so much fun to when you think of furries to bring up rainforest, but I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they don't
I
appreciate
didn't go to
it.
that one. I've only been to one convention. It was Confuzzled in the UK. And that was a bit of a nightmare. I was only there 10 minutes and someone had broke my arse. I was like, well, the stories are true. I turned around, I was in my dragon suit. Well, at least buy me a drink first. Jeez.
Well, I remember when DashCon, the Tumblr convention, went crazy sideways. My first thought was, oh, it's another Unicon. And very few people remember Unicon anymore. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. We saw, that was a crazy time.
Well, there was a famous story of a furry what got really low and tried to throw himself down the stairs, and he's now forever got the nickname Tumbles the Stairs Dragon.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah. I can't remember what the exact story was, but he got a bit depressed. But he was in fursuit, so he just bounced. So, but a lot of fursuiters I talk to, the reason they do it because it gives them the confidence. And I remember I went in the Headless Lounge, so you don't break the magic of a guy in a costume. I took my head off and someone went, oh, a normal-looking person. I went, where? I don't think I look normal. I think that motorbike crash definitely sort that out for me. So.
The thing that always impresses me with the fursuits is that you can walk around comfortably, because I feel like if I ever put one of those on, I'd start sweating and just like...
Oh, mine's a partial suit. It's like head, sleeves. I've got a full body suit, but yeah, you melt. And I just wear lightweight military, so... But it's quite good, because I wore it to the supermarket once. And I got to the checkouts, and they turned around and says, we know it's you, Lewis. You can't fool us. I went, damn it.
I have to rig up some kind of fan system or something.
Yeah, the only problem is with mine, because it's a realistic one, it's like wearing a welding mask.
Oh,
the cartoony ones you see out the eyes, I see out the tear ducts. And for some reason, the lady what made my fursuit made the tear ducts not out of a mesh, out of like a silk, so it's even worse. Oh, I can't. So I have to, if I want to see where I'm going, I have to open the mouth. I had this kid come up to me, and he opened my mouth, and he could see me inside of it. I went, help me, he's eating me, and the kid runs off.
No, why did you do that?
I'm a crew plugger.
That's me.
It was alright. I got a photo of him and his mum, so ladies love the fluff. I got quite a nice photo of my parents. Yeah, my family already knew I was odd, so when I come out as a furry, went, well, we knew he was odd, so it's no difference.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky that both of my parents are odd in a different kind of way, so it's like it was more acceptable to be a horse musician. The key was that my day job was very successful. You keep doing up your schoolwork, so it's all good. Oh no. So
there you go. There's a picture of it.
Okay, it is.
If I had been like 4 years old, you would have been very scared to me. I'm sorry.
It is
Would that
currently.
scare you, Chris?
It is getting a little bit late.
If you
I'm
came
going.
running and suddenly a face in the mouth and just like, it's eating me. Yes, I would have run screaming away from you.
It is.
A skinny, tiny, little Chris with like curly blonde hair screaming and yelling over full lungs, and you think I'm loud now, kind of scream.
Yeah.
oh.
Okay, it is currently. It is currently getting a little bit.
Just terrified of it.
It is currently getting a little bit late in South Africa land, and I'm gonna have to call it over here. This is what.
Well, it's been a. It might sound a bit sappy and a bit silly, but it's been a great honour talking to you.
No, it was very fun.
It was very fun having you on.
I was trying to stay calm and went, I finally get to talk to the people I've been listening to for the last 2 years. And I went, don't get nervous, don't show, I can't speak, don't show yourself up.
To let them see.
Is-
You always
Yeah, don't be the fun boy.
What you always have to be.
Oh, that'd be a thing. Get a body pillow and skybolt. I'll get one commission. That'd be funny.
I'll sign it. Absolutely.
Oh, imagine getting one of
The
those,
East Corp Redbubble is now selling Skybolt body pillows.
I don't think Nita would like one of her. I think she'll get mad if we did that.
Neil's the only one that has porn of her character, so.
Right? Yeah, see, there's...
Wait, the what?
I did not know this. I have to go find.
I don't think it's, like, openly available for you to be able to find.
Yeah, I don't tend to look in the other part of our Discord server. I tend to stay in the safe for work. I know I live on my own, but still, it's like... Shall I risk looking in there today? No.
We've got to go on to that every now and then. I've mentioned this on the podcast before. We've got to go there every now and then just to make sure that people are obeying the rules.
Yeah.
Classical rules that make a lot of sense. You gotta follow them.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining me.
Goodbye.
I got no writing done.
I should go get some lunch.
And I hope I haven't been too annoying.
No, thank you for joining us. We'll definitely have a lot of streams in the next coming weeks. because
Exactly.
We're all stuck at home, bored.
Yeah.
Yep, seriously, there's going to be a fuckload more streams now.
Oh, good. I have to start throwing more money your way. Go on. Make a few more streams. This has been fun. The best
It is our
anti-series
duty as
ever.
citizens of the internet to help distract the world from what's going on.
Yeah, instead of buying toilet rolls, send us money. Give us tips.
Yeah, basically.
I think it's one way to both entertain ourselves and all of you guys. And Ryan, I want you to understand that you might feel Star Trek me talking to these guys, but you gotta remember you also means a lot to them because you are supporting them and helping them doing the things they do. So you mean a lot to them too. So don't put yourself down.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All our friends are the best fans ever.
It is absolutely a relief to have such a wonderful fan base. It's something that we've spoken about at length before, about the fact that back in the Stable-Tech days, we were actively terrified of our own audience because we were always waiting for the penny to drop on those comments about the animated series. So it's that thing that we sort of never really get tired of, that we have an audience who trust us and who we trust. And we're not sort of waiting for you guys to get angry at us for stepping out of line, kinda. Alright, cool. Goodbye, everybody. I love you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ending
Stay safe.
stream, and go. Oh,